Going on to you, Sagittarius. So you have the Ace of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Magician, which has a wand in his hand, the Lovers, Nine of Pentacles, the Devil, Eight of Swords, Chariot, Four of Cups, and the Three of Swords. So, a lot to talk about. So for a lot of you Sagittarius, there's definitely a move towards getting away from the dysfunctional people towards the better quality people that you would much so want to meet. So the Magician now represents, as of right now, a lot of you Sagittarius are just doing the internal necessary work for you to get to know people, so that you can get to know people who are better quality than what it is that you have met in the past. You're doing the internal work, the emotional work. So now the Lovers and the Nine of Pentacles represent, since this is the case, like I said, y'all already know what I think about this card in this a specific deck. You realize that it is about self-love. You have to love yourself first, for real, in a real way, before you can ever come out here and try to get to know other people. Because if you don't, you're going to have a lot of people who will convince you, right, that they like you, they love you, they have your best interest in mind. And we already know that tricks will say anything. People who like to play tricks, people who like to play games, they'll say anything. They will spend their whole bank account trying to get something physical out of you, or whatever it is that they want to, because that's just their mentality. They put that above everything else. So the Nine of Pentacles represents, so a lot of you Sagittarius, right, had to get more real about who it is that you are and what it is that you really want. The Nine of Pentacles, and as a result, you've found more value even in your own life. You found way more value in your own life, where some of you Sagittarius may have even made the mistake of thinking that your life is not going to get more valuable, or the quality that your life has right now is not going to become even more valuable than what it is. You were wrong about that, because it has. The Devil now represents, the Devil now represents the idea of you, Sagittarius, being the way that you were before. So it's very much so an idea of you can't believe the way that you used to be before. How you Sagittarius used to try to get back at, right, according to you, get back to or get back at somebody, or try to, they can't play you like this, all of this type of stuff. And now your mentality, Sagittarius, is something completely different, because a lot of your mentality is not this anymore. It's not the devil where you're caged. It's very much so an idea of you can't believe you used to think like that. Now the Eight of Swords now represent, for some of you Sagittarius who may not have necessarily figured it out, this represents because you don't understand that people who play games with you, call you ugly, call you all of this, they do the dysfunctional things that they do. It's because that's who they are. This is what they want to be at the current moment until they decide to change. So there is no such thing as you changing them. They have to already be on the verge of changing if they go from being down to now striving for to be someone better. And who they are, it's not about the money. Because if it was about the money, why is it you see people with money still being quite dysfunctional, right? Chris Brown just had a problem with Usher the other day. These are two rich individuals, if that's the case. It should be heaven on earth. So it's not only about the money. The money is just supposed to be an expression of the inward peace that someone really has. That's where the outward materialism comes from. But see, the Eight of Swords represents where the focus is now becoming, or where the focus should be, inward qualities that a lot of you Sagittarius are starting to develop. Because to be quite honest with you, Sagittarius, in I should say in last year, you Sagittarius may have had an issue with thinking that people should be respected because of the disappointment and the other things that you may have felt in the past, but you disrespected yourself without even really realizing it. But the Chariot now represents you're not doing that to yourselves anymore. You Sagittarius now see the value in questioning people, in asking them questions to get to know them a little bit as to what their plans are. If a person, one of the ways in which you can know if a person is decent is if they have a plan in life or if they don't, because they're not done running their race. No one is done running their race up until their heart stops beating for the rest, for good, if you know what I mean. So we're all in a marathon, like what Nipsey Hussle was talking about. So if the person does not have a plan to what they want in life, and they're not steadily on that route, they're not taking action on that plan, that's one of the ways in which you can leave people alone, because you know that these are people who are not really striving for anything more, which represents growth. So the Four of Cups now represents, but how is it that you're able to tell the difference between a person who is striving for more, right, Four of Cups, and a person who is they just want to remain sloppy. Look at this person, dysfunctional, all, out the frame. How it is that you're able to do that is to, number one, get them to talk, find out what kind of plans do they have, find out what it is that they want to do in the future. And if it sounds like they don't have anything that they're doing, then you need to stay away from them. Because if you don't, they will try to drag you along, and they will drag you along, because dysfunctionality begets dysfunctionality. They're dumb. So you will be hanging around a bunch of dumb individuals who don't have a future, not planning on having a future. They're just planning on either side, mind you, both sides do this. They're just planning on getting an ounce. And that's their life, So between, and if someone does have a future, they have a plan, that's how you can tell. And pay attention to if they're taking the correct steps towards that, if they're actually running their marathon. The Three of Swords now represent, because that will save you a whole lot of time and a whole lot of heartbreak, instead of you Sagittarius ripping and running around and getting to know the wrong people. So let's clarify some of these cards. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Devil. So to clarify, we have the Hermit, Knight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. We already have the Eight of Swords. So again, the Hermit, watch out for anybody who is dirty, right? Their house is dirty. Watch out for that. If you come over at their house when you're dating them, watch out for people who their surroundings, they're like I said, their house is dirty, because their residence represents what's going on in their mind. Their mind is all over the place if their house is all over the place. Watch out for people who don't have a plan in life. Watch out for people who don't know how to make peace with others, right? The Knight of Pentacles now represents, and yeah, walk away from those people, because what will happen is that those people will bring you down. The Six of Pentacles. You really want to, right, watch out for people who, are willing to spend money without finding out who you are. Why? Because if a person really is decent, they shouldn't just be giving you money for nothing, or money for, that's a dub. So that's just something, that's the reading. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. As of right now, I have 8,060 subscribers. Thank y'all so much. I just want to say I really appreciate it. Love y'all. Smash the subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop these videos.